There is liberty. Have a good time. The Bible says the joy of the Lord is my strength. There is joy.
And you ex-sinner, sit there and shut up and let us beat upon you for a number of hours and make you most uncomfortable. No, laugh at yourself because God is laughing. He's like, look at that dummy. Look what he did this time. Come on now. You know I'm going to get him. I'm not going to get him right now. I'm going to give him a chance. Not going to get him. Satan want to kill him so bad in this moment, but Jesus like, God, come on in. We know he's stupid. But you can't say it across the pool because everybody gets, he's playing with God. No, I'm not playing with God. I'm telling you how God, if laughter is good for the soul. Mm-hmm. And if you don't let all that pent up emotion out, you'll find yourself thinking of things that the enemy wants you to think of.
Right.
Kill yourself. Mm-hmm. Nobody loves you. There's no happiness in your life. Your dress is not like her dress.
Mm-hmm. That your comparison
don't match.
You start feeling like you're not enough.
Why are you even here?
Yep.
They don't care about you. They don't even smile at you when you walk through the door. They're all frowning when they see you come in the door.
Yep.
But a smile, a laugh, a hug from someone you don't know can change your life. You're a single parent and you're doing it by yourself and the bricks are getting higher and higher and you can't see nothing. You can't even see God because the wall is up.
Yep.
But because of their love. That's why I love Mother. Mother, you know I always say, look, where's the prettiest woman in the whole wide world?
Oh,
like,
yes.
You don't leave me alone. You're a married man. But I say it because I love the smile that come on her face because that's wisdom.
It is.
And I love her.
It is. And she has buried 2 husbands and has lived for a significant number of years alone. Yes. And that right there just reminds her that she's not what her life has become. She's not at the end stage. She's still worthy of attention. She's still worthy of time. And it lights her whole day up. It changed her whole, the rest of the week, she floating because that right there just makes her day. But I think that's important. And sometimes we really feel like I got to put on the look of church. I gotta speak church. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored.
And you're not. And you're struggling and going through.
No, be honest, because there is somebody who got too much of something that you need, and they don't know how to offload it because you didn't say anything. I had an overwhelming amount of little girl clothes because everybody poured into me when my girls were born, but I didn't have anywhere for it to go because nobody spoke up. Sometimes you got to be vulnerable, but let your vulnerability be not just, Lord, I ain't got it. But I mean, let it be open and honest. Let it be something you put out in love, hoping to receive in love. Because it's so many people that want to do so many things. They're looking for an opportunity. Most people are just as scared as you are.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Most people are just as in their head about something as you are. And when you trapped in your own head, that is the cheapest gate the enemy ever made. Word. He trapped you in your own mind feeling like you can't get out, you can't talk to people, you can't relate. One person with one hug changed my life.
Change your life. And I'm going to say that because you said something about being trapped. I used to be so nervous. You ever notice I couldn't keep nothing in my pockets? When they would pass me the mic, I would have to empty my pockets, take off my wedding band. I don't know why. I would be so nervous. Mm-hmm. I had a fear for God, a fear of God. Why would I fear God? Because I was told, don't you get up there and act a fool.
God gonna strike you down.
He'll strike you down.
You got that all the time. God gonna strike you down.
And the whole time he don't want to strike me. You know what he want to do with me? He want to owl neck and shout neck. Let me explain to you what that is. He want to dance. He want to hold me. He want to. You know how sometimes you just got to hold Autumn and dance around, or Charlie and dance around? That's called Alnak and Shalnak with God. Those are Greek words. Mm-hmm. I'm going to hit you with some Greek.
Okay, Bishop.
And so when you do that and you dance before the Lord, you're that little child that stands on daddy's feet and he just dances around. And he plays you, or the music is playing. Or you're at a barbecue and he's looking at you. He's like, why my dad keep looking at me? Because I'm looking like, I used to call her like, long neck. Look, long neck. Leave me alone. And she would bust out laughing. Or I would say, tell the kid, everybody point at her. Pay attention. Point at her. She thought I was doing it to be mean. No, but it was like, let's give her, in other words, let's give her flowers.
Right.
So she did so much in school. And then you had to be big sister to the little brothers and sisters. And then when I was fighting with your older sister's mom for the right to raise her the right way, y'all had a relationship. So I had to have a relationship with you, I had to have a relationship with her, I had a relationship with the boys, because the boys felt like the girls was getting more attention. You love the girls more. The boys was feeling like, because they have different fathers, that my daddy, you broke up my mom and my dad, and I had to do that. I had a job to do and a God to glorify. So I was called to be the Joseph of that family. And so being the Joseph of that family, I had to take on all that responsibility. Plus at the same time, when Christmas come and y'all, man, that made me so happy and so proud. When y'all could tear up and all that stuff and make all that mess, and we had to get it, call it dumb o'clock in the morning.
Dumb o'clock in the morning.
We just went to sleep at dumb o'clock in the morning, putting out all that stuff, and I just wanted to sleep. And y'all would always say, "Ooh, let's get up and pray." That was so special to me. That brought the smile to my face. That let me know that God was real. Because how we did it sometimes, it wasn't money. It was Him. Opening doors that no man could close. And a lot of people let the gates of hell. You ain't nobody. You ain't gonna never be nothing. Your daddy wasn't nothing. This is what they told me growing up. You'll be dead before you're 25. So I tried to live like I was gonna be dead before I was 25.
Oh, get it all out?
Get it all out now. It's party time. And I grew up in an era where it was more dangerous than what it is now. Because you had the drug wars. Drugs were introduced in our community, not by us. Guns were put in our community, not by us. Everything was in our community, not by us. It was to destroy us. In ministry, you're going to get tired. You're going to give up. I could mention your situation that would make people want to give up.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have walked away.
Yeah.
They would have ran away and cursed God and tried to die.
Real close. Real close.
Because He loved you.
Right.
Because you knew His love was in your heart. You didn't run. You ran to Him. And look at you now. Look at you now. Man, I'm proud. Still working on your older sister.
She
all
alright.
young one right.
They gonna be alright.
But as a daddy, I'm just still worried.
Well, you wouldn't be dad if you weren't worried. Even if you're doing the right thing, you still got a little bit of concern because you know what's around the corner.
What's around the corner?
Yeah, so.
I don't want that for them. I'm so glad that. And what made me really proud now, hold on now, you picked a man like your mama picked. I picked a dark skin, can cook, Jesus type of man. Got his toys. My sports car's my toy. But I don't have a lot to it. But I still have things that keep me comfortable in my mind.
Right.
And I'm always pushing to make sure that the next generation can do what they need to do to satisfy their love for Jesus Christ. I love my grandchildren with all my heart. I still got on my phone, I still got Auden saying I can do it. That phone is no longer in existence, but I pull everything in the cloud and I look at those pictures and I look at, on my phone right now, I got the picture of Josh holding RJ around the neck. And I messed around and cut his head off by accident. So all I got is his arms, his chest, and all. And he was beginning to fill out. He was going from boy to man. So I had those pictures. And then I never forget when he used to be scared of the deer in the field in my backyard.
Oh, my God.
He swore the deer was going to get him. And I'd be like, get out there. Just to see him run.
Just irrational fear of deer. I don't even know why.
And guess what? The deer would be way off in the distance.
You could barely see them. They so far away.
And so all that brings a smile and a love. I made it. I made it. I lived past 25. I made it.
You did 25 and 25 and some change.
God be the glory. I made it. Thanks to God. I look at my grandchildren. I see promise. That's the motivation God wants us to see as men. That despite what the people and the enemy say, you're going to make it. Because I love you more than the world is against you. I love you more. I love you so much that I gave my son Jesus Christ to die for you when you were yet lost. I love you that much. I love you so much more. And I can't understand or fathom for the life of me why people run from him and not run to him. Jesus. But I had my own running from him. And now that I'm on the other side of 50, I realize I made it. I should have been cut off. To live. So when I look at y'all and y'all age and how God has blessed you to be just serving the Lord to the fullness, it sends not chills down my spine. It sends, my heart is still tender. And now the older I get, the more wisdom he pours into me, I realize that I didn't do a bad job. Because for a lot of years I thought I did a bad job. I thought, she don't love me, she don't care. If I die tomorrow, will she be there? because I'm not her biological father. I love your father for making you come into the earth. And then I love him for stepping out of the way so that I could be the man that God called me to raise you to be the woman that you are today. I love that man. I love you with the love of Jesus Christ, and you can't do anything about it. Thank you for the opportunity to allow me to help make this young lady that God, from your loins to her mama's womb, and to my love for you and for Jesus Christ. Thank you, kind sir, for allowing me to bring up her in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord. Most men don't step aside, they make trouble. But you didn't. You got away, you let go, and you let God. So the Christ that's inside of you, it had to be Christ for you to give your parental right to a stranger to raise your child. Thank you, sir.
I am going to give you the last question. I am going to let your word be the final word. I'm not going to say nothing else after that. So I want to say thank you to everybody who has listened all the way through. You got to sit down and be a part of our moment. And I pray that this moves you, that this makes you feel like you can do it too. And if you feel like still you can't, get in contact with one of us. We'll help you through it.
Yeah.
But my last and final question is, what is your advice for people in ministry behind you?
When I turn on the news and I see all this going on, I realize we failed y'all. As pastors, as overseers, so many prophets and apostles out here. I come from a ministry where we all stood in the sun and we all broke bread together.
Yes.
Although we had that table, the head table, I could get up from the head table and go serve food to the line and make them feel good. And so now with so much going on, with so many leaders, everybody's a bishop, 20-year-old bishops, 20-year-old apostles. Nobody's sitting people down and training them up in the way that they should go. And so I need you to set under the direction of apostle, a bishop White. I need you to set there and I need you to glean everything you can glean from him. Because one day you're going to have that title in that role.
Oh, Jesus.
And I need you to do it right and do it with simplicity and do it with honesty and integrity. Because I'm so tired of people getting up and being called and taking off running before they learn what the calling is all about. And they're destroying people. I'm not going to call any names, but when you tell people it's okay to come to my church if you need to smoke weed, weed is the most damaging plant to our people in the world. It's not alcohol. It's not heroin. It's not none of it. Weed takes away your memory. Weed takes away certain vital organs. And we wonder why so many people now have cancer, now have disorders. We're going to, in the future, have dementia because now with the weed they give them is processed in a lab. What rate of God's word says it's okay. Let us take our extra land and grow marijuana to subsidize the church. I can't call him not a man of God, but I do know a real man of God would not say that. Our people are broken. I need you and other ministers to break the chains. It won't be long, and I'm not dying or anything, that we're going to get out of the way and we're going to be off the circuit and out of the way. And we need to prepare young people like you with the truth to take over. Because you said it yourself earlier, that in the last days, God will pour out his spirit upon all flesh. Young men dream dreams and have visions and would run. Young men, that's man as in all flesh. All flesh. So you're already fighting that women shouldn't be in the ministry all the way to 2024. You're still fighting that. And we're not getting souls saved. 13 and 14-year-olds are carjacking. 15-year-olds are killing and don't have any remorse. We have failed y'all miserably. As a leader, I apologize. That when I first came into the ministry, I didn't take it serious. It was just, I wasn't even title chasing. I didn't want it. You guys want to do right by God. So my advice to you, people coming behind me, I'm 61. Been in this thing over 30 years. Run as fast as you can. Run as hard as you can. Run to do what God wants you to do. Don't you let nobody, if you're sitting underneath the wrong ministry, get out of there. He ain't about soul saving, or she ain't about saving souls. She's about my four no more, the big car, the Bentley, the having people give them the status of their God. Get out of there and talk to God and say, God, send me the way you need me to be. Show me what you need me to show me so that I can do the will. Because he said greater works. Just imagine these greater works. Jesus called Lazarus back from the dead. When I came here yesterday, if my friend had died, I was going to call him back. I came all the way up here to say, get up. God have need of you. Get up. Your life has been righteous living. Get up and come to Christ. I came all the way here to call him back from the dead because he said greater works we'll do. And if Jesus was down here and he could call people from the dead, then why can't we? He said greater works. Y'all got great work to do. Our young people, our community are dying. There's so many unwed mothers and fathers now in the land. You guys got to take the bull by the horn and wrestle him to the ground. And you don't have the red cape to olay him as it go by. You got to be like the old black bronc busters. They didn't start rodeos. White people, they used to come to see us do it. Because we would take the bull that was running us and get him by the horns and spin his neck, and he would fall over so that we could put a brand on him. Cowboys were black. Cowboys. That's where that word come from. Cowboys. These boys can handle a cow. These boys can rope a horse. These boys can do this. They want to be ranch hands. We were cowboys because we were able to do the things that God put inside of us to survive slavery, to survive the embarrassment. And so we survived all that. Now when we come to Christ, you guys got to take us to the next level. Keep pushing forward. Besides, you have your mom's spirit. I look at you, I see your mom. But I see your mom with an opportunity to bust loose while you're young. Solid opened the door. I'd like to thank Reverend Bell for having courage enough to let y'all young people do stuff that in your 30s. See, that's on fire for God. When you give young people opportunity to get up there and speak and fumble over their words. And then White had you guys, he said, no, do it like this. No, make an altar call. You're teaching a protocol. That's John Cherry all over again. You're learning the protocol of ministry. Although it don't look like you don't need that, you need all of that. You're learning the financials of the back room. When you had great ideas and people that listen, things went awry. God called the young because you're strong. He called us because we know the way. So let us get out the way and watch our work. Instead of holding titles and being so self-centered. We can't hold titles. We have to let you go, to let go so that God can save our nation, save our race, save the babies who are lost, homeless, don't know their mamas and daddies. Save them from the abuse. He got y'all ready for this. So don't take it for granted. Walk in your purpose. I said I wasn't going to cry. I said I wasn't going to get too emotional. I wanted to be professional. But you said something today that touched me. My heart is soft. I never understood that. To this moment, you said your heart is soft. And although I have the titles and the robes, and I still have a heart for God. I still have a heart for God's people. Thank you so much for this opportunity to sit here and converse with you, father to daughter, minister to minister. If I could take off all these rings and just be a pew warmer, I would still be praying for people from the pews. Praying that their life get right. But I can't. I got a charge to keep and God to glorify. And I'm so proud of you, young lady. Listen, you see this young lady on this podcast? All she used to do was read books, suck her thumb, and contemplate whether God was real. And look at her now.
Yeah.
This is living proof. She can speak life. She can pump life into you when you feel like giving up and dying and quitting. She pumps life into other young people. I know you're called to do the work of the Lord. I know this without a shadow of a doubt. I know this because you're following in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. And I'm so proud. I love you so much. Hey, if you don't ever hear me say it again, I love you so much. But shalom next episode.
Well, I said that your word was going to be the last word. I got my notes. I got a full page over here of things that I have been jotting down because I'm going to take away something from this, and you should take away something from it too. With that said, 5 loaves of bread. You all be blessed.
Vayos con Dios. That means go with God.